Am I the asshole for asking my daughter to stop complaining about her life? She chose it. So I thought this would be a pretty interesting thing. My daughter, Gina, 38, left her husband, Dan, 40, for a younger and more exciting man from her work. They broke up when she got hit with a condo levy she asked him to help pay for since he was living with her. He declined since he wasn't on the deed. He said he didn't mind paying rent, but that maintenance was on the owner. They fought, and that was that. She ended up having to sell the condo. It was too expensive for her alone, but it was something she fought for in the divorce. That was 6 years ago, and she finally burned through the money from the sale. We told her to buy something smaller in a different neighborhood, but she insisted that she needed to live there so the kids' lives wouldn't be disrupted. Hmm, you mean like how they were already disrupted because you left your man for a younger man, a more exciting dude? Like, really? In the meantime, our son in law just remarried to a lovely girl, Madison. You know what's hilarious? I could already tell like this poster loved the son-in-law, like loved the son-in-law. Our grandchildren like her, and she is always very pleasant when we speak. She is pregnant, and the kids are excited for a new sibling. My daughter is back living with us. All she does is work and complain, and she has to work too much. She can't meet good men. This new woman stole her life. It never stops. This is hilarious because this poster like is so disgusted by their daughter. My wife is always commiserating with her about how she is so hard done by. I just keep my mouth shut. Madison came by yesterday to pick up the kids. After she left, my daughter went off again. She was driving a new car they got since her old car would be impractical for a family of five to drive around in. The kids ran out to see it and check out all the bells and whistles. Gina didn't even say hello. After Madison and the kids left, she started whining again, now about how she can't afford a new car. I couldn't help it. I told her that she made her choice to give up the life she had for something different, and that choices have consequences. She literally ran crying to her room, and I felt like crap. Well, the thing is, you definitely shouldn't feel like crap in that situation because it's like if you're a parent and your kid blatantly screws up this bad, right? And gets burned by it and then just complains about them getting burnt by it by their own choices, it's like I think anyone would basically be like so disgusted by this. It's like you literally broke up your family because you wanted this like hot new fling, and then you're complaining about your life now because oh wow, that didn't work out. It's like so her mom scolded me for being so harsh. I apologize for saying what I said, and I honestly feel bad about it, but I think she needs to stop complaining about her life since she chose it. The thing is, in my opinion, this person is not the A, right? They're just like absolutely sick of seeing their kid complain about the life choices, like the results of their life choices that they made consistently, right? It's like you left your hubby because you wanted to be with a younger guy. You broke up a family when you had kids. You basically didn't do what your parents suggested you to do by like buying like a cheaper home that you could actually afford to live in. Instead, you just burnt through all the money from the condo sale. So it's like, how could anyone really feel bad for her? Like, how could the parents even feel bad for her? right? Like the mom, I'm surprised the mom isn't like even more pissed off because usually it's like a situation like in terms of like family dynamics. Usually it's like the dad tends to dote on the daughter and the mom tends to dote on the son, right? Like a you know mama's boy, uh, daddy's girl kind of thing, that type of thing. So it's kind of interesting to see where like the dad just is like so done with the daughter, and then like the mom is like super enabling of the daughter. Like that's super interesting to see. This is some of these comments. Let's see. NTA, your daughter is 38 and is old enough to hear the truth. You don't need to use kids' gloves anymore with her. The constant whining and complaining must be a real ball ache for everyone around. Seeing as she works too hard, she should soon save up enough to whine in her own place. Absolutely not the A up. And she divorced her husband to be with a more exciting man. Like you chose that path, not your parents, ex husband, or anyone else. NTA, your daughter needs to grow up. NTA reality checks suck when they're cashed in. I do wonder if there was any other motivation for why Kina left Dan in the first place, though. Let's see. So, according to the op, let's see. She was 30 and Dan was 32. He was working his buns off to support her and the kids in a very nice life. Nothing crazy like some of these out of town stories I read about. She was a substitute teacher and she met a young teacher. I think he was 25. He had time to do all the stuff that Dan didn't have time for anymore. I love my daughter. I support my daughter. But she broke up her marriage for a boy. Yeah, so basically it was kind of like a situation where she wasn't getting basically any attention from her hubby, who was literally grinding away to make enough money to take care of his family like a good ass dude. She decides, no, I want to basically be able to sleep around with this young guy who's more exciting that will take me out on dates, etc. Like, I understand someone wanting to like have a more exciting life, but couldn't you have just like talked to your husband and be like, "Hey, can you like take me out more on the weekends?" Like, would that have been so hard to have done? Like, I just, man, like to ruin a marriage over this. Let's see. She gets along well with my grandkids, and for me, that is the most important thing. Dan is still part of our lives and probably always will be. He is our son's best friend and has been since middle school. And he is the father of our grandchildren. I'm glad that he's happy. I just wish she had valued him when she had him. Yeah, exactly. Like, so, it's exactly like I was kind of like expecting. Like, the dad in this whole post thing cares about the son in law a lot. Oof. Let's see. NTA, she made adult choices and she has adult consequences. I'm curious though, she's working so much and living with you. Where's all the money going? Why can't she buy a car? She has bad credit, and I won't cosign. Good for you, Pops. She could get a car, but the rates would be astronomical. She spends most of her money on her credit card debts and vacations. So, like, basically, she's still like a financially illiterate moron. Like, how can you keep constantly be making these bad choices? Like, it's almost like the equivalent of someone being like an alcoholic and they just still end up having like drinks around the home. It's just like, what? Yeah. I mean, feel free to give your thoughts on this. I just thought that was kind of like funny to like check out because I kind of like glimpsed at it and I was just like, oh man, this is going to be bad. Like, I mean, to have the dad of a daughter be disgusted to the to be disgusted at the daughter to the point to basically blow up on her and be like, pretty much you're a moron for like ruining what you had with that guy, and like cared about the guy that she was originally with. It's like, ooh, that's hilarious.